God says, I've seen you doubting in private. I've watched as you carried questions in your heart that you were too afraid to speak aloud. Moments when your faith wavered and you wondered if my promises were still true for you, if the prayers you whispered in the silence of your room were reaching heaven at all. And I want you to know right now that not only have I heard every word, every sigh, every tear, but I have already set in motion a miracle so profound it will silence every doubt and turn your secret fears into a testimony that will shake others awake. Because while you were waiting, I was working. While you were weeping, I was weaving the threads of a breakthrough so intricately designed that when it arrives, you will know it could have only come from me. And I see the weight you've been carrying, the burden of feeling overlooked, wondering why others seem to receive their blessings while you remain in what feels like an endless season of testing. But I am telling you now that your season is shifting. Your waiting is not in vain, and your miracle is not just coming. It's already on its way, moving toward you faster than you can comprehend, even now crossing barriers and breaking chains to reach your life. And you have no idea how many battles I've already fought on your behalf. Battles in the unseen realm where angels were dispatched to protect what is yours and to preserve the path I have marked for you. And though you have felt forgotten, I have been closer than your breath, whispering encouragement into your spirit even when you couldn't discern my voice above the noise of your fears. And my child, I need you to know this truth. Your doubt has not disqualified you. Your questions have not canceled my plans, and your moments of weakness have not erased the destiny I placed within you before the foundations of the earth. For I am a God who finishes what I start, and I will not leave your story unfinished. So even now, I am aligning people, opportunities, and resources to converge in a divine sequence that will bring forth a blessing so astonishing it will redeem the years of waiting, the nights of tears, the quiet prayers you thought went unanswered. And I am preparing to do something in your life that will make sense of the delays and silence. For I have never once taken my eyes off you. And I need you to hold on just a little longer because the shift is closer than it has ever been. The tipping point is almost here, and the very things that seemed like obstacles were in fact training ground for the strength and wisdom you will need to steward what I am about to place in your hands. So do not despise the process, for every pain, every setback, every betrayal was refining you for the magnitude of the blessing that is coming. And I promise you that what I bring will be pressed down, shaken together, and running over, more than you asked, more than you imagined. And even now, I am sending signs to remind you that I am. Near subtle confirmations in your day, a repeated number, a stranger's kind words, a sudden sense of peace washing over you in the middle of chaos. All these are my whispers saying, do not give up, for I am still working. And beloved, I am even releasing angelic reinforcements in this hour to guard your mind from the lies that tell you nothing will change. For the enemy has tried to steal your hope because he knows how close your breakthrough truly is. But I will not allow his plans to prosper. For I have decreed victory over your life and sealed it with my word, which cannot return void. And I say again, your miracle is not waiting to be created. It already exists, is already moving toward you. And soon it will arrive in such a way that you will fall to your knees, overwhelmed by my goodness, and declare that only I could have done this. So keep your eyes open, your spirit expectant, because the doors you thought were permanently closed are about to swing wide open. And even as you listen now, I am stirring your heart because deep down your spirit recognizes that this is your moment of divine alignment. And before this message ends, I will reveal the specific sign that will confirm beyond all doubt that your miracle is at the threshold of your life, ready to be released. God says, my beloved, I see the trembling in your heart, the silent wrestle you've carried day after day, when no one else could see the weight of the questions pressing against your chest. And I want you to know that I was there for every whispered doubt, every moment you stared at the ceiling asking me if I truly heard your prayers, if I had forgotten you, if the promises you once clung to so tightly were still alive, or if they had quietly faded into empty echoes. And I need you to understand with all your being that not only have I heard you, but I have already sent forth your miracle from my throne, and it is now moving with divine speed, shattering every hindrance and cutting through every obstacle that tried to delay its arrival, because I am not a man that I should lie, nor a son of man that I should change my mind. And what I have spoken over your life must come to pass, for my word is unshakable, my plans irreversible. And though the enemy has tried time and time again to convince you that nothing is happening, that your prayers have gone unanswered, I am here to tell you the truth. In the unseen realm, angels have been waging war on your behalf, uprooting every demonic assignment sent to block your progress. And even now, the heavens are shifting, alignments are occurring, hearts are being stirred, resources are being redirected, all for your sake, because this is the hour I have chosen to bring manifestation to what you have been waiting for. And yes, I know it has felt like forever. I know there have been nights when you could not find the strength to speak another prayer, when you almost resolved to accept that maybe the breakthrough was not for you. But hear me now. I'm not late. I'm strategic. I am precise. And what I am about to release in your life will not only redeem the lost time, but accelerate you into a season so abundant, so overflowing, so undeniably favored, that it will silence every mocking voice that said it would never happen for you. And I see how you've been watching others receive answers while you've been left in the shadows, questioning if something about you disqualified you from my goodness. But my child, if only you could see what I see, the intricate web of miracles already forming around your name. The divine setup that required careful timing so that when the doors open, they do not merely open. They swing wide with such force that no man, no lie, no enemy can ever shut them again. And as you wait for this manifestation, know this. Your waiting has not been wasted, for every moment of delay was a moment of preparation. Every setback was secretly strengthening you for the magnitude of the blessing I have reserved for you. And I tell you with all the weight of eternity that what I am bringing is bigger than what you lost, richer than what you prayed for, and more perfect than what you imagined. And even now the enemy trembles, because he knows you are moments away from stepping into the fulfillment of promises he fought so hard to keep you from. And this is why the attacks have increased, the distractions have multiplied, and the feelings of despair have tried to overtake you. It was never a sign of my absence, but a sign of how close your miracle truly is. And I have placed divine confirmations along your path to strengthen your faith as the moment draws nearer. So watch carefully for repeated numbers that will catch your eye, for strangers who speak words that seem to echo your prayers, for dreams that leave you with a sense of peace and urgency. These are not coincidences. They're the fingerprints of my hand preparing your spirit to recognize when the door swings open. And I say to you again, the miracle is not being created now. It has already been created. It has been moving toward you, even in the silence, even the days when you felt nothing shifting. And soon it will break through into the natural realm with a power so undeniable that you will know beyond any doubt that I have been with you all along. And beloved, hear this carefully, because it is my final plea for you to not lose hope now. The enemy wants you to give up in this last stretch because he knows the heavens have already dispatched the answer. He knows your name has been called in the courts of heaven. And if he can't stop me, his only chance is to convince you to quit before it arrives. But I am standing before you in spirit saying, hold on, because if you can hold on just a little longer, what I bring will not only restore your faith, but overflow so greatly that it will bless those connected to you, your family, your friends, even generations you will never meet. And this is why I have whispered to you in the quiet moments, nudged your heart when you were ready to let go, because I know how close you are, closer than you have ever been. And there is even now a divine countdown in motion, a heavenly clock ticking down to the moment your miracle bursts forth into your life. And I have saved a surprise within this blessing, a gift so breathtaking that it will leave you in tears of joy, a gift you didn't even think to pray for, but which I have kept hidden for such a time as this. So prepare yourself, for what is coming is not a small answer, but a life-changing breakthrough that will make every trial, every tear, every lonely night make sense. And as I speak these words into your spirit, I release a fresh wave of peace over your mind, a confirmation that your season of waiting is over and your season of receiving has begun. God says, "My beloved," even as I speak these words into the quiet chambers of your soul, I am stirring the atmosphere around you. For you have no idea how close you are to stepping into the fulfillment of what you once thought was impossible. And I see you. I see every silent battle you fought alone, every tear-stained pillow, every moment you smiled for others while your heart fell heavy as stone. And I want you to know I have never been far, never once turned my face away, never missed a single whisper of your prayers, even the ones you prayed through gritted teeth when your faith felt too small to move mountains. Because I am the God who works not only in your loud declarations of faith, but also in your faintest sighs of desperation. And I am telling you with all the authority of heaven that your miracle is not just on the way. It is at the threshold of your life, poised to break forth with such force and suddenness that you will scarcely believe how swiftly your circumstances turn. And I know there have been times you doubted, times you questioned if perhaps you misheard me, if maybe the vision I planted in your heart was only a figment of your own longing. But child, I placed that vision there for a reason. I whispered those promises into your spirit, not to tease you, but to prepare you for the reality I have already written. For my plans for you are not fragile dreams, but unshakable decrees sealed by my own hand. And I know the waiting has been excruciating, delays so relentless you began to believe that perhaps I had passed you by. But understand this. The delay was never denial. It was divine preparation, because the magnitude of what I am about to release into your life required a foundation strong enough to hold the weight of glory that is coming. And yes, I allowed certain doors to remain closed, certain people to walk away, certain opportunities to slip through your hands, not because I wanted to see you suffer, but because I knew they were not aligned with the destiny I have marked for you. And if you could only see what I see, the intricate tapestry of alignment, the orchestration of timing so precise that one shift too soon or too late would have unraveled the perfection of what I am building, you would understand why I whispered, "Not yet," when your heart begged me for now. And beloved, I am not punishing you with this waiting season. I have been positioning you, growing you, refining you, so that when the breakthrough arrives, it will not just bless you, but transform you into the vessel I need to carry this blessing with wisdom and grace. And there is more. What I am bringing is not a small victory, not a temporary reprieve, but a miracle of such scope and magnitude that it will rewrite the narrative of your life, redeem lost years, restore broken relationships, heal wounds so deep you stop believing they could be mended, and release a ripple effect of favor and abundance that will reach beyond you to touch every person connected to your name. And I tell you now, the enemy has fought fiercely to keep this from manifesting. He has tried to surround you with discouragement, with whispers of "it's too late," and "you're not worthy," and "it will never happen." because he knows what I have planned for you will not only lift you, but also destroy strongholds, break generational curses, and set captives free through the testimony of your deliverance. And even now, as you listen, heaven is moving, angels are on assignment, chains are snapping in the spiritual realm, and the atmosphere is shifting in your favor. And you may not yet see it in the physical, but your spirit knows. It feels the tremor of change approaching like the wind before a mighty storm. And I have placed confirmations along your path to assure you that this is not your imagination. Watch for them, for numbers will repeat before your eyes. Unexpected kindness from strangers will echo words you once prayed in secret. Dreams will carry a clarity that leaves you waking with tears of recognition. And these are not coincidences, they're divine signals heralding the approach of what I promised. And I know it's been hard to hold on. I know there are moments you thought about letting go. But child, do not give up now, not when you are standing closer to breakthrough than you have ever been. And I want you to understand that the very resistance you feel in this season is the proof of how close the enemy knows you are, for he only fights this hard when heaven's plans are about to collide with Earth's timeline. And I tell you again, your miracle is not being prepared. It is already prepared. It is already released. And it is on a collision course with your life, unstoppable, undeniable, irrevocable. For what I have declared cannot be undone by man, cannot be delayed by circumstance, cannot be stolen by the enemy. And I have hidden a special gift within this breakthrough, a surprise blessing you never asked for, never dreamed of. And yet it is one I have delighted in preparing for you, because I am not only answering your prayers, but exceeding them in ways you could never imagine. And as this message flows into the next, I will reveal the final layer of this miracle, the secret reason why this blessing required such perfect timing, and the specific sign that will confirm to you with absolute certainty that your season of doubt is over and your season of miracles has begun. God says, "My beloved, this is the hour I have long awaited, the moment where every silent battle, every private tear, every unspoken fear is about to be exchanged for laughter, for joy, for peace so deep it will quiet the loudest storms of your soul." And as I draw this message to its full revelation, I need you to lean in closer than ever before, because what I am about to speak will not only confirm what your spirit has been sensing, but will ignite a faith in you so unshakable that nothing on earth or in hell will ever move you again. For I have watched you endure seasons that were meant to break you, trials that felt endless, losses that stole your breath, and made you question whether my hand was still upon your life. And I tell you now, with the full weight of eternity echoing through every syllable, that I was never absent, never silent, never distant. For even in your moments of doubt, even when you whispered, "Lord, have you forgotten me?" I was nearer than your own heartbeat, holding you steady when you didn't even realize it was my strength keeping you from collapsing under the weight of it all. And now, in this sacred hour, I am peeling back the curtain to show you what has been happening in the unseen realm all this time. For while you waited, I was weaving. While you cried, I was constructing a blessing so vast, so intricate, so perfectly timed that when it arrives, there will be no room for doubt. It will be clear to you and to everyone watching your life that this could only be the work of the Almighty. And I know the enemy has whispered lies into your ears, telling you it's too late. You've missed it. You're not worthy. But I declare to you now, those lies are breaking. Chains are shattering. And every curse spoken over your life is being reversed even as these words reach your spirit. Because I have already decreed victory over you, and what I decree no demon can overturn. And I need you to understand the magnitude of what I am doing. This is not a small answer, not a partial blessing, but a divine release of abundance pressed down, shaken together, and running over into every corner of your existence. And as you receive this, I am also releasing healing into the wounds you try to hide, into the disappointments you buried deep, into the spaces where bitterness tried to take root. For I am not only restoring what was lost, but multiplying it in ways you could never have imagined. And there is even more, beloved, for I have prepared within this blessing a hidden reward, a divine surprise so breathtaking that it will leave you weeping in awe of my goodness. And this reward is not random. It is my love letter to you, a gift to show you that I saw every sacrifice, every act of obedience, every moment you chose faith over fear, even when your faith felt as fragile as glass. And because you did not give up, because you held on through the darkness, I am about to pour out such favor that it will flow into your children, your family, your work, your health, even your finances, and it will lift you so high that those who once mocked you will have no choice but to say, surely the hand of God is on their life. And as I release this word, I send angelic messengers to encamp around you, to shield you from the final distractions the enemy will try to use. For he knows the breakthrough is at your doorstep, and he will do anything to cloud your vision. But fear not, for I have equipped you with discernment sharper than ever before, and you will see his tactics for what they are: empty, powerless attempts to delay what I have already sent. And now listen closely, because I have placed a sign within the coming days, a divine confirmation that will erase all doubt and let you know beyond question that your miracle has been dispatched. And this sign will be so clear, so personal, so impossible to dismiss, that your spirit will leap within you when it happens. And when you see it, whether it is a sudden message from someone you've been waiting to hear from, a financial provision that arrives unexpectedly, or a door that was firmly shut swinging open with ease, I want you to lift your hands and thank me in advance, because that moment is your announcement that the heavens have released what you've been praying for. And beloved, there is still more, for I have hidden within this season a prize for your endurance. And it is not merely earthly, it is eternal, for the blessings I release now will ripple into generations after you, establishing a legacy of favor and breakthrough that will outlive your time on earth. And I whisper this to you because you have felt unworthy. You have questioned whether I could truly use your life to bless others. But I say to you now, not only will I use you, I will elevate you. I will turn your scars into testimonies, your pain into power, your doubts into declarations of my faithfulness. And as this word settles into your spirit, let the weight of my presence fill the room where you are. For even now, angels are ministering to you, releasing peace, healing, and anointing for the days ahead. And this is my final promise in this message. What I am about to do for you will happen suddenly, without warning, and it will leave you undone in the best way possible, for it will be exceedingly, abundantly, above all you could ask or think. And I have kept the best for last, because I am a God who saves the greatest wine for the final hour. So get ready, beloved, for your miracle is no longer coming. It is here, it is at the door, and all of heaven is rejoicing because the time of fulfillment has finally arrived. And as I close this message, remember this: no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no heart has conceived what I have prepared for you, but you are about to walk into it, and nothing can stop it now.